If you play or coach any outdoor sport this spring has meant one thing: rainouts. Many school and rec leagues now say they'll never get in all their games this season. Deborah Haas joins us live now from the Summit Country Day School in Hyde Park, where some teams are giving up on as many as half their games. That's too bad, Deb.
Oh, it really is, Carol. And I'll tell you, Summit Country Day comes with its own good news, bad news scenario. Fields like the one behind me that are made of AstroTurf are allowing the varsity lacrosse teams and the baseball teams to get in most of their games. But here and all around the tri-state, any team playing on grass is suffering as those rainouts pile up.
I've been in this business about 20 some odd years, and I think this is probably the worst spring that I can remember.
Greg Dennis is the athletic director at Summit Country Day. He showed us this list of games impacted by rain, then took a call from the tennis coach, who says of 18 dates this season, 9 were rained out.
The sad thing for the kids is those kids work hard during the off season to try to get ready for a season, and then not to be able to complete a season. It has to be kind of frustrating for those kids.
Complete only half.
Complete half. You're right. It's got to be frustrating for those kids.
It's frustrating, too, even for kids who are getting to play. Baseball, for example.
We start so many games and then they get rained out. It just hits at like the worst time.
Today, the baseball team heads across town to resume a game in the 4th inning, one they had to abandon 2 weeks ago because of rain. Lacrosse isn't great in the rain either.
It's a lot easier to catch, but harder to throw. And also, one of our games was almost canceled because the refs have a hard time seeing, just like lacrosse balls are kind of small, seeing the ball and being able to call fouls.
Many teams are now adding games to the end of the season, and Dennis says some athletes could have to make a tough choice.
Some of those schools graduate during that time, and I hate to see a kid in a situation where he or she has to choose between, am I going to go to graduation or am I going to compete for a league championship?
Well, now, schools, of course, are doing all they can to prevent that. Here at Summit, they are hosting a lot of away games because the teams can play here on the AstroTurf and they can't play on the fields of grass. Also, we were talking about tennis. They've been known to build some barricades around the courts so that the water can't get into the courts. And they say everybody should be getting ready for a lot of double headers. Carol?
Deborah Haas live for us in Hyde Park. Thanks, Deb. The rain